Well, ladies, gentlemen, and everybody in between, it seems this may be the last time that we enter the brink. The last time that we will probably end up discussing Onision. Until he does some more stupid shit on the internet.
Rising with each beat of the music is bringing. We're flames in the fire that keeps burning. We're inviting the night in.
So the video that I am responding to now is called I Am No Longer Married and Onision, in quotes, is going Patreon exclusive. Now, I want to say right off the bat, by reading that, I feel that this is another attempt at Onision playing the victim, because I believe he was in some drama with Vegan Gains just recently, and there's been other stuff that's been going on. I can't remember on the top of my head this second, but I do know there was some other stuff going on. I mean, recently he's turned off likes and dislikes. He disabled comments so he doesn't hear what people have to say. In fact, I think he hasn't been able to keep up with a lot of the comments that have been giving him criticism lately. So there's that. But ultimately, this is pretty much him playing the victim card. Because right now he wants sympathy, and he's going to try to, act like, oh, woe is me, my life is hard, I'm being treated poorly, and all that other crap. Like he's done so many times before. And unfortunately for him, it is not going to work. So, without further delay, why don't we go ahead and get started.
Hey guys, this video was, I think, supposed to be for patrons only. I just had a conversation with patrons on Discord, and I think I actually might make it public, just because I feel like this is important to just say to everybody. A long time ago, when I was talking about parenting and all that stuff, y'all went after and called CPS. So I said, I'm not a dad. After CPS showed up and they said, wow, this was a BS case that we were given.
Okay, yep, this is definitely him trying to play the victim card. Also, for those who probably have seen the initial video already, I kind of sped it up because it's 15 minutes long, and I wanted to try to go through this as quickly as I can.
And you guys wasted their time with that call. They concluded their case, said everything was good. After that, said, as far as the internet's concerned, I'm not a dad. And then y'all called animal control on me. And you said, Greg, Onision, whatever, is abusing his pets. You said that.
No offense, but can you blame anybody for doing that? I mean, let's be honest here. You did make a video where you talked about how you left your turtle, your pet turtle, in a plastic bin, and it pretty much cooked inside the bin because you left it out in the sun. And I know your excuse is, oh, my dogs are running around, and you didn't want the turtle to get hurt. Dude, as a lot of people have probably mentioned to you, put the stupid dogs in, and I can't say stupid dogs because I have my own dogs, but put the dogs in the house and let the turtle, roam around for a second. It doesn't hurt to take that extra step, instead of being fucking lazy. That's on you. You can't play victim for something that you did that was kind of stupid.
And, animal control shows up. They find out no abuse is occurring. So we lose dog thoughts. We lose a really great series of mine because I just can't include my pets anymore. Otherwise, people will just go and call animal control. So then we go a little bit further because you guys can't call CPS anymore. You can't call animal control anymore. So what do? You straight up try to ruin my marriage with my spouse, my husband. You try to reach out to my husband and tell him to leave me. You make videos attacking my marriage and trying to convince my husband that I'm some kind of horrible mastermind, awful Hitler-esque person.
You do realize that's not coming from us. That's coming from the several women who have been with you, who call you out for being an abusive asshole. And at this point, I would have to say that with so many people, talking against you, we rarely hear anything from your wife. You only hear your word or lack of, because your word means jack at this point. Those women's testimony is a lot more credible than what the hell or whatever you have to say.
So, I am no longer married, no longer a husband.
So, let me get this straight. You're going to try to pull the same trick that you did with some of your other situations where you pretend that you're not a father, you pretend you don't have pets, you pretend you're not a husband, even though that information is already public. And again, we're not even hearing this from Kai. There's nothing on Twitter because you're using that stupid emo Charlie bullshit.
As far as you guys are concerned, my interest is to have a happy life that's separate from the internet.
Translation, he only wants people that suck up to him, that would kiss his ass, lick his feet, and get chained up in his basement. And before anybody asks, yes, I'm not going to let that go.
I have, from day one, shared so much of my life with you guys, and I've been so open and honest.
Your quote-unquote honesty is questionable. Here, let me put it this way. If I were to choose, or at least choose to trust you or a bee that was willing to sting me, I would choose the bee at this point.
And that openness and that honesty has gotten me mountains of trash.
Gee, I wonder why. Oh wait, no, I know why. It's because, in a sense, nobody cares for quote-unquote honesty at this point when you're a fucking asshole. Not to mention you try to get self-gratification for it. Especially when people end up getting hurt.
Like, I've always talked about how honest I am in my videos because honesty is so important to me. It's something I have dumped girlfriends for not having. It's something I've dumped friends for not having. I've kicked so many people out of my life for not being honest.
Are you sure it's not the other way around? Because from experiences that have been explained by Seer, Shiloh, Sky, Adrian, Billy, and the few others, they all say the same thing. That you have a crazed mentality. Even YouTubers who have worked with you, like Shane and Jack and Glenn, have also pushed away from you because of your hyperactive tendencies to be quote-unquote proven right, as well as being kind of a dickhead.
And this is just a consistent value that I have. And so I'm subjected to a world of people online who are not honest, who will say things about me with no basis.
Another quick question. Would Onision be the pot or the kettle in this situation? By that one remark.
And they'll try to actually literally call people on me and destroy my life. If people online had their way, I wouldn't have wound up in such a positive situation as far as my personal life. I've never been so happy as far as the people in my life. But it seems like all the internet wants to do is hurt the people in my life. They want to make them cry, and they have made them cry.
So you say, I mean, no offense, but there's been videos where people were looking at your videos with Kai, and people have been speculating that you may have been abusing Kai, in a sense, like the many others that you've abused. And ultimately, the question that follows with that is, who is happy in this situation? Both of you, or just you?
So, as a person who actually cares about these people, as far as the internet is concerned, I'm done with all of it. And I'm not going to stop there. I'm removing my personality as well. I have no interest in opening up to the internet anymore. I have no interest in expressing opinions in this format that we're in right now. I am completely and utterly only interested in creating content that will entertain people and not content that will connect with people anymore.
So, once again, it just sounds like that you just want to make content for people that want to suck your...
I used to be so interested in, helping people and being a hero. And like, for instance, recently, okay, there was this little girl and she needed heart surgery, and she still needs heart surgery. You can go on my Twitter to see the links. I was promoting her, I was supporting her, and, before I saw it, there was like under $1,000. And then after a campaign, we got her over to like $7,000 or $8,000 for her heart surgery. The video I posted where I was saying, we need to go help this girl and help her get heart surgery and fund her, got more dislikes than likes.
I would assume because of your hypocrisy towards, donating, especially with the comment where you made where you think that promoting a charity is donating to it, which it's two totally different things, in my opinion. But I think the reason you got all those dislikes was because you afterwards were going after Vegan Gains, in which case he responded, retaliated, and then one thing led to another. And in his defense, Vegan Gains, like I said, I don't try to go into the whole vegan versus meat eating or whatever, the diet debate, because I don't really want to. But overall, one thing I have to agree with Vegan when it comes to his video or his concerns is there's a lack of information for that post, which I can see why people would assume that it was, possibly a scam by the individual who posted it, or let's say by Onision, because he was trying so hard to promote this particular charity, and Onision rarely does that. So to some people that would seem suspicious.
And, people were calling it a scam. People were saying this is just more of me being some kind of horrible monster. And, at some point you got to realize there's no winning with people. If they want to think you are one way or another, then that's just how it is. If people want to think that you supporting a little girl's heart surgery fund is a scam, then that's fact to them, and it doesn't matter what the truth is anymore. And I don't want to play the game. I don't want to be in this teen drama, high school-esque thing that you guys do online.
Onision, since the beginning of your channel, you have dressed yourself up like an angsty teen who deals or creates drama. So, once again, and I have to ask, are you the pot or the kettle in the situation?
I don't want to be a part of that. I don't want people showing up on my doorstep saying that, we were told by the internet that you choke your dogs or whatever. Like, it's just ridiculous that people go after my family, people go after my pets, people go after my freedom. They even try to, get me arrested and stuff. And it's like, they literally, you guys literally told the cops once that someone was murdered in my house. And the cops show up, and the person you say was murdered answers the door. If anyone doesn't understand why I need to remove my personality, I need to remove my husband status, I need to remove my parental status, my pet owner status, etc. If I need to remove all these things, if you don't understand that, I don't understand you. Because, there is a limit that you need to set for yourself so you can still live a happy life.
In all of these situations, all these big changes or decisions that Onision has been making, they're all futile. They're wasted effort. If he continues to be an asshole, then people are going to treat him like he's an asshole. Instead of trying to make it out like, oh, I don't have a wife or a husband, oh, I don't have kids, oh, I don't have a dog, maybe the simplest solution, and honestly, you should have done this years ago, is maybe look at yourself, listen to the videos that have talked about you, and maybe for once in your fucking life, have a self-reflection about who you are, and what the fuck you've done on this platform. Like, truly have done. Especially done to other people. But that ultimately brings me to the whole thought of it's a wasted effort to even try to, like, think that he would do something like that. Since usually after self-reflection, he continues the same behavior over and over and over and over again.
And it seems like all YouTubers want to do, all these people who are getting paid to say horrible things about me want to do, is they want to try and hurt me as much as possible.
Oh, you gotta love that line. People are only talking about me because they're getting paid. Dude, I'm not being paid worth shit. Nice try, motherfucker.
Even if it's in real life, even if it's extremely personal. And I know a lot of people like reverting to this thing about, oh, a year ago or whatever, you said this about this person or whatever. Firstly, that is not current. Secondly, that was valid. When you talk about other people you personally know and have personally, they've done things that are irrefutable, like admitting horrible things, that they did horrible things themselves, that is not comparable to someone perceivably doing something. You know, like my dog struggling to get up on a log, right? My dog has very lazy or slowed or otherwise dysfunctional back legs. My dog's trying to get on a log, right, or a stick or whatever, and he's struggling. And I'm filming him because he's not in pain, he's not whining or anything, he's just trying to get up, and it's part of dog thoughts. People turn that into, I'm a horrible animal abuser, okay?
Okay, so with the whole situation with the dog, you have to understand that when people, since people can't forgive you for what you did to the turtle, and let's face it, when it comes to certain situations that you probably shouldn't be recording, like the very controversial Remember Me video where Shiloh has amnesia. Those are those moments where you shouldn't or probably shouldn't be recording. To some people, the dog was probably in pain. And you did jack shit.
When you spin stuff, when you have to spin stuff, okay? Like there was recycling on my back porch. And people said that there was a trash heap and that the dogs were in danger. It was recycling, like boxes and plastics, like hard plastics, not soft plastics that could hurt them, but hard plastics. And those were waiting to be recycled, which they were recycled. But you guys called animal control on me for that. It's perceivably like bad, perceivably, like something you could spin, something you could have an opinion about. If someone straight up confesses to doing horrible crimes, yeah, they should be done, But that's not something that I do, because I don't do those things. There's nothing to confess for, except for being too honest, way too honest, bluntly honest. People hate me for my honesty.
Onision, do you know what a pathological liar is? Somebody who believes in their own lies, or their own fiction, so to speak.
But unfortunately, that's like the least of things that people hate me for, because the things they hate me for are things that other people lie about. Like today, I was called a tax fraud. If I was a tax fraud, I would be in jail. But that fact seems to escape people. It's just bizarre to me. It's bizarre to me how everything can contradict your opinion. But so long as you have a big enough ego, it doesn't matter. And a lot of people think that I should have been in jail, like, I think it was October or December or something like that. They were like, oh, on the 16th, you're going to jail. They kept saying that because nobody knows what they're talking about with my life. They just say things, and then people assume that's fact. Somebody said that I have $500,000 or $1 million of damage to wetlands on my property.
Oh, no, don't go this direction.
When actually I'm supposed to plant, like, no more than $500 worth of bushes. And I already planted $250 worth of sticks. Like, so $750 somehow translates out to $500,000 to internet logic. Because none of these people look into the documentation. None of these people really care for the actual truth. The actual conclusion of these stories. Nobody cares that there was no wetland destruction.
Bullshit.
Nobody who is, someone who dislikes me. They don't want to know the truth. They don't care that two people came out here and investigated the land and concluded that there was no wetland destruction. They don't care.
Yeah, and you failed to mention that when the supposed people came to your house, that you went and blamed your neighbors for supposedly telling you to do something or that your yard had to be a certain way. But I love that you failed to mention the fact that there were several people from Pierce County that have video of you using a bulldozer pushing trees and shrubbery into the wetlands behind your property. Now, by doing so, that ends up just disturbing the ecosystem and at some point destroys the foundation for properties around you. It messes with the wildlife and it messes with the plant life. So don't go spewing this bullshit that I'm innocent, that I didn't destroy plant life or I didn't destroy any wetlands, because there's video of you doing it.
They don't care that the county came out. They don't care that an independent investigator came out and looked at it, and they both concluded that primarily only blackberry bushes removed. Nobody cares. And it's absolutely disgraceful how dishonest the internet consistently is. So it's like, you guys, I shared my pet's life with you, and you took my pet having a problem with his back legs as animal abuse. Then you took a pile of recycling as animal abuse. You took me having a few garments on the ground or whatever, and you said to CPS that the whole house was just, unsafe for children. You tell people I murder people, so they show up to my doorstep in the middle of heavy, heavy snow. The police officers had to walk up a hill covered in snow just to get to my house because they couldn't drive their car up because it would get stuck. They had to walk up all the way in my driveway, right? Finally knock on the door. The person you guys say that was murdered answers the door.
No, I don't know about you guys, but I kind of feel that last one about the murder thing might actually be a fake story from Onision. I feel just for added effect for the whole, woe is me bit.
You guys earned this, and I cannot emphasize that enough. You earned not being able to know me ever. Not being able to hear what I have to say about any issue ever. Not really ever being able to see or hear an honest person on video. Because most everybody else on YouTube, they're all saying what they think you want to hear. And I was the guy who would actually tell you what the truth was. Just how it is, dude. That's why when other people do things that are far worse than the things I've ever even considered doing, they're defended based on their popularity and not based on their merit or how actually guilty they are. Like, there's a guy who literally, he drugged somebody and then he had his way with her, right? And he admitted it. And yet you guys would say that he's great to this day.
Actually, no, Onision. If the person admitted to having his way with somebody or her, because either side can sexually assault somebody, if somebody admitted to something like that, then they would be shunned by the public. More than likely, especially, I'm going to say this, especially like cases with, there's allegations towards several voice actors. People like that end up becoming shunned and removed from the public. We would not applaud them. We would not give them any graces. More than likely, if they were convicted for, sexual assault, more than likely, especially if it's a man, people would call to have the person castrated. Just like anybody else, Onision, if you're doing something stupid, we're going to call you out for it. There's no bias whatsoever.
Even though that's a literal crime. That's a predatorial crime. I just want to end on this, okay? There's something very obvious about the YouTube community, and that is that they are a bunch of predators. And when I say predators, I mean people who look at the weak and they target them, and they go after it. The easy targets. Predators very rarely go after creatures bigger than them.
Onision, what do you call using your fame to have prepubescent girls and young teens send you half-naked photos for these quote-unquote body positivity videos. That is something that a quote-unquote predator would probably do. Especially when you don't have the permission from the parents. So, before you go calling people who give their criticism about you a predator, I would suggest that you look yourself in the fucking mirror. Because the only predator here is not us. It's you. As far as what your public life has shown, you have literally manipulated and taken advantage of several women who were under your care. And I'm going to say the ones that were able to get away from you are brave. Because a lot of people in an abusive relationship will never do that. So you shut the hell up about calling people predators just because they give their opinions about you.
Look at all the people that I have made videos about in the past. These are people with large channels. These are people who are very much so liked. And this is the key reason why I have been bombarded. When you go after people that other people like, you are hit very, very hard.
Onision, you didn't just make videos, you went on slander campaigns. You went after Eugenia Cooney for, again, I have to, just for my own, integrity, I have to say, possibly had a eating disorder. Or at the very least, something that involved her losing weight. And you immediately assume eating disorder, jumping to conclusions, and then went on this whole slander campaign, this whole, I'm going to use the word, crusade, to make it seem like she was the villain, that she was causing people to resort to anorexia to look good. Which, all of that negativity ends up putting somebody in a depressive state. But you didn't care about that. You just want to be proven right. And then we go into Shane Dawson, who, after you are proven time and time again that he was not a quote-unquote pedophile, you still continue to this day to call him that. The documentary video that you made calling him that was deleted or at least struck down due to slander or harassment, but you proceeded to re-upload it, calling it a different name, thinking that would work. You called out Jacqueline Glenn, who wanted a boob job, claiming that she was in an abusive relationship or that she wasn't loved by her parents. So any hate that you receive for talking about the people that you've talked about, you deserve every bit of it, because you caused that pain to yourself for making these whole slander campaigns towards them.
That's why you have people going after trans trenders who are completely unknown. When you go after these tiny channels who have no subscribers, have no one to defend them, then you're a shoo-in for a successful video. You just ruined someone's life, but congratulations, you got $300 for your video and more fame.
Once again, asshole, I don't get paid for these videos. I do it because, I guess you could say, I have a personal reason for doing these videos. Because I've known somebody like you, just so I can get that out of the way. And let me tell you, they've pulled every single one of the tricks that you've pulled over the years. You're fucking predictable at this point.
And me, okay? You got my name, Onision. So you make a video, and boom, it's horribly successful. Why? Because people want to hate me right now. So if you just say the slightest hateful thing about me, people are going to click like, they're going to increase your engagement, they're going to make everything seem like, you're a hero, and boom, you jump to the top. People that don't even have any reason to talk about me will be talking about me. People that don't really have a valid point, who are just regurgitating the same thing that every other liar on this platform has to say, they'll still talk, and they'll still just say the same thing. Those are predators, because they pick someone who's clearly dying, they pick someone who's clearly sickly or ill or otherwise weak, and they attack. They basically, like vultures, pick apart dead flesh so they can live.
So you then?
And that is something that I just don't want to be a part of anymore. So I put 11 years into this about making videos, and I have thousands upon thousands of videos I made. But from now on, as far as my YouTube channels go, as far as Patreon goes, I want to make genuinely good content for my patrons, and those are the people that are my main focus.
So once again, the people that just want to suck up to you.
All my YouTube channels, the YouTube community in general, these are secondary. And they're secondary because I, for some reason, have become the biggest pariah ever, despite the fact that the majority of the things that people think I'm a pariah for never even happened. And the evidence is right there. Like, people say I never even served in the military, and other people say that I didn't make it through basic, etc., even though my discharge papers are out there, under honorable conditions.
So you say, but once or twice you've proven that you're able to fake information, so I'm not going to trust you in the fullest when it comes to that sort of information.
I was in for over 3 years, but it doesn't matter what the truth is. None of you actually care. All you care about is your opinion, your tribalism, your ego. And I don't want to be a part of that. I just want to create good content.
You want to make good content? Let me tell you something. Make shit that isn't offensive. I know this entire time that you've been going for the offensive humor. So far, has that really worked out for you? No. Has being an asshole to everybody on the internet worked for you? No, it hasn't. Has you playing the victim worked for you? No, it hasn't. See, Onision, I don't think you're done. I feel that when it comes to everything about you, unless those channels are deleted, I'm pretty sure that will mean when you're done. When those channels, all of them, every single one of them are gone, and your very existence is expunged from YouTube. As for you, playing the victim once again, let me tell you something. Again, I've seen it before. I've seen it through another individual that I know in my own personal life. And let me tell you, you playing this little sob story doesn't work on people like me. So you can cut the crap. You want to make your life better? Then you know what? Instead of deleting comments, instead of disabling comments, instead of removing or disabling the likes and dislikes, maybe take in consideration what people have to say. Maybe take to heart what people have been saying about you for the past 11 years. Maybe actually change as an individual. Maybe then you would actually be happy. But, once again, you're not going to do that. And as you continue to pull stupid behavior, more likely somebody like myself or many others are still going to talk about your shit. So, is Onision done? I doubt it. But I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. So, leave in the comments down below. Like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Thank you, everybody, for watching. This is Rob of Novakast signing off. Have a good one, and take care.